Hi everyone, my name is Megan and welcome back to my channel. Oh, hold on. I forgot to turn on my fan. So, anyways, hi everyone, my name is Megan and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be doing a review. If you watched my last video, I mentioned that I got a new sketchbook that I would love to try on camera and tell everyone about, because why not? A cat decided to give me some nice hand decor, so sorry about that. But we are going to be reviewing the RENDR sketchbook. I think a lot of people have heard of this sketchbook. It's pretty popular. I've seen a lot of people talk about it. I've seen a few reviews on it, but not a lot, so that is why I'm here. This paper is supposed to be, okay, it's not, so it is bleed through, no show paper, even through the opposite side, even on the other side if you flip it over. And I think that's part of the cost and why it is so expensive, because it's really good paper. I could not wait for this video, and I did end up drawing something. So here's what I drew. This is my character Charlie. I just kind of did this really quickly. I have seen some mixed reviews on this paper, especially since it is pretty expensive. I got this when I was in Idaho and I was at a shop, a art store that sells things pretty cheap. So I actually got it for $9, for this sketchbook for $9. It is a 9x12 and it is white heavyweight paper. It's 110 pounds or 180 GSM, and it has 24 sheets, and that is 48 pages, which you can draw in color on each side of the page because it is in fact bleed through. I don't know what kind of like magic is put onto this paper that makes it not bleed through to the other side, but it doesn't bleed through to the other side, and I think it's pretty cool. Get right into reviewing how markers work on this paper and if I recommend this or not. Okay, so voiceover Megan here. Hello. We are getting on to the line art. I decided to film the line art, and I quite frankly don't know why. I think in my head I was just like, well, let's just see, I can show everyone just how lines interact with this paper. Who knows. I also tried to do different angles for this video, so there's a lot of angers. There's a lot of different angles in this video, so I hope you enjoy that. And at the beginning I did show what I got in Idaho, and then I was talking about it for 4 minutes after editing it, so I just cut it out. So if you could see like random stuff that was not there before, that's why. But I just thought I'd say that. I also wanted to say I wrote down notes for this video on like what I was actually going to talk about. Then I packed it. So if you didn't know, I am actually in the process of moving. So we're packing up my house at the moment, and I had my notebook that I have all of like my video stuff in, and I packed it by accident, so I have no idea where it is. So hopefully I'll find it soon, but until then we're winging this video right now. So before I actually get into talking about like the paper, I just wanted to talk about the drawing real quick, because that's something I guess I should do. I'm not really sure. Anyways, I'm drawing Dream. If you watched my shorts video, which is probably the last video on the channel, I drew Dream in watercolor, but it's like I'm not good at watercolor, so I decided to do it again with markers, and I kind of thought it was good timing, because it was like I needed to film this video, and then I had just done the watercolor thing, and then that night I drew it again and redrew it. So that's what that is. If you don't know, there's a Minecraft manhunt
it's a thing. And I was drawing the most recent one that came out like last week. When did I film this? I don't know. I filmed this like a week ago, I'm pretty sure. I'm honestly not sure. But yeah, so that's what I was drawing. I drew him with the elytra, and I drew him, there's like slime balls near his like hand, so that's what those little thingies are, if you didn't know. I didn't look at a reference for them, so they probably don't look that good, but it whatever. So I'm gonna get on to talking about the actual paper, and I'm hoping I don't forget anything, because like I said, I don't know where my notes are, and yeah, so we're just gonna wing it. But this paper felt a lot like marker paper, which I have only really used like sketchbook paper, which is like mainly mixed media, and what is it called? Winsor & Newton, there we go. I've used Winsor & Newton marker paper, which is bleed proof. That's the paper with like the special coating on the back, but it does bleed through to the other side, but this paper that I'm currently using, the RENDR one, does not. So yeah, it felt a lot like using marker paper, which personally I don't like using marker paper because of the reasons I'm gonna list right now. For me personally, using like marker paper and like this kind of paper, the RENDR paper, it was harder for me to blend. So like I blend in stages, so like I go with the base blend basically, and then I go back later and blend more, and that's not really suitable for my style isn't really suitable for marker paper, because it is really hard to blend after the markers have already dried. The one nice thing about marker paper is that it does stay wetter for longer, because they're usually thinner, which this paper is probably in between marker paper and normal paper. The marker paper I have, at least, is very thin, and it does stay wetter for longer, but that doesn't really help when I'm blending in stages and it's already dry by the time I get to the final shading stages. So if you saw right before, it looked a lot different than when it's fully dry. So like when you first lay down the colors, they look almost completely different. They look a lot darker, or just like depending on what color you're using, they look a lot different than when they dry on this paper. And that's another thing. Like I think I oversaturated Dream's face in this one. And this isn't like necessarily a bad thing about this paper, it's just something that I'm pointing out so you know, but it's just personally not suitable for my style, and I probably will tend to use my cardstock more than this, which I don't even know what I'm going to use this for, because I'm not going to use it as like a sketchbook. I'm going to use it probably, I was thinking more for like character design studies and stuff, like with color schemes and stuff like that, but I'll get into that later. I also for some reason decided to do 4 shading colors on his face, or his like base skin tone, and then 3 other shading colors, which I've never done before, at least with Dream. I don't know why I decided to do it today, and that's also why his face turned out a little bit darker, he turned out a little bit tanner than I normally would like, but that's probably my fault. I just kind of wanted to test the capabilities of this paper, and I think the paper held up really good. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy these angles, by the way. I had a lot of fun changing up the angles. I wanted to get it so you can at least see kind of how the paper is reacting. As you can see, it is very wet as I'm laying the marker down, which again, if you think that will suit your style, then I totally recommend this paper. But just personally for me, it doesn't work very well, and for some reason the ending came out very messy, at least for me personally, and I don't know why. Unfortunately, I really suck at talking, so like I really don't know how to talk. So this is like the 3rd time I'm trying to record this little audio bit, so I apologize. So after I filmed, oh my gosh, I did it again. After I recorded that last little audio bit, I actually decided to take a break, and and I was going to come back later that day, but like I mentioned earlier, I'm actually moving and we're getting very close to when I have to be out of my house. So it's been like really hectic around here. Like we're getting all of our furniture moved tomorrow. Like I'm trying to clean, I'm trying to pack all the little things. So it's like it really just like I forgot about this video because I was trying to pack my house. So I apologize for me not doing this video very quickly, but then I remembered I wanted to film another video today. It's a video that I'm not going to talk about just in case it doesn't come out as the next video, but I wanted to film that today, so I was like, I have to finish this video before, so here we are. Just now going to get back onto the paper. So like I mentioned prior, I did a lot of layering with this paper. I did a lot, like especially with like the sweater or the hoodie the hoodie that he's wearing. You'll see I did a lot of layering and the paper honestly handled it very well. Honestly, I don't know if you can like use any other mediums on this paper. Like I'm assuming you can because it's pretty good paper, but I haven't tried anything else except markers on it, and the markers work pretty well. I just wanted to say like sketching on it is a little harder because it does get harder to erase once you layer. Like you'll see, I think when I get to like the elytra part, like coloring the elytra, you'll be able to see a lot of you're able to see a lot of leftover pencil. Like you can see it in this shot right now by his hands. There's a lot of leftover pencil, and I am somebody that's very heavy-handed, so it was very hard to erase, and like if you tried to erase too hard then you crinkled the paper and it just didn't work out very well. But honestly, it's not that big of a deal since I do use coal erase pencils. It did kind of just blend right in, and you can still see it, but it's only if you're like really looking for it. So that's another thing you should keep in mind, is that if you do have a heavy hand, should definitely try to keep it not so heavy if you use this paper. Like I had a lot of problems with this hand in frame right now. I had a lot of problems with that, and you can see a lot of it. So overall, I actually really do enjoy this paper. I think it can handle a lot of markers. I did layer a lot, and it went on really nicely. To me, I probably am still going to continue using my cardstock, as I do kind of prefer the way my markers look on that paper, and I feel like, I don't know, just something about the way it goes on immediately on this paper that I just don't really like, and I will probably still continue to use my cardstock, and I have, let's be honest. But honestly, if you're looking for something new, if you want to try out some new paper, then I do recommend this paper. I mean, it is a little expensive, but if you can find it like on a sale or whatever, I do recommend you at least trying it. It is pretty cool that you can draw on both sides, so you probably you could do twice as many colored drawings as with like a normal sketchbook. So I mean, that is pretty cool, and I would prefer this over my Winsor & Newton marker paper. I do like how my drawings look on this paper more than the Winsor & Newton paper. So if you're like in between like Winsor & Newton marker paper and render paper, then I definitely would recommend render over it. I also just wanted to say, I don't know if you couldn't tell, this video is not sponsored. I just wanted to do this video purely for fun. So yeah, I really don't know what else to say. Okay. I like how this drawing came out. It's not my favorite, but I do like it. Like it handled the pen really well, it handled markers very well, it did well with the highlights. It was all around pretty good. I don't really have the only negative I would have is that it is pretty expensive, and it's not really suitable for my style. Like I mentioned, it dries really weird, it like goes on pretty weird, but that's the only thing, and honestly it looks fine in the end. He's just a little too tan for me, and the hoodie looks a little too messy for my personal preference. I do prefer a cleaner look, but honestly that's all. And I really did enjoy doing this, and I didn't have any like major problems that like really like stood out to me, so I guess that's a plus as well. So yeah, here is the finished drawing. I really enjoyed it. So there's nothing on the back, so if you were doubting it, this is 100% not a lie, or it's not fake. It's 100% real, not fake. So yeah, if you did enjoy this video, if you wanted to, you could leave a like or subscribe. It would be very much appreciated. Like I mentioned, I am moving, so I don't really know the videos and when they'll be out, but if you would stick with me, that would be great. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.